Hi, this is Darlene, the New Revelations, and this is my vlog, Stop in the Name of Love. And I'm not against love, I'm actually for love, but there are some things that make you say, whoa, slow down, wait a minute. And for many women, when they finally had enough of abuse, and I'm talking about domestic abuse, enough of the isolation, name calling, blaming game, the mind game, all the financial issues, all of it. They just had enough. They can't take no more. And finally, they said, this is it. I'm out of this relationship. And guess what? That's when the relationship is the most dangerous. It's bad enough being in the relationship, in the house with someone who abuses you. But when you leave, the escalation of abuse rises. So that's why many women, when they leave relationships, unfortunately, we end up reading about them in the newspaper, or we see them on the TV where a woman was found killed, or she was battered so badly that it's taken her years and years and years of recovery. I know women who I've seen on the news who were burned, and so their faces were destroyed. I have a friend whose whole family was taken away from her because she finally had enough. So when you leave these relationships, you have to have a plan, a safety plan. You have to begin now to let someone know that you're in a relationship that is dangerous. Now, there's not a lot anybody else can do for you, but it's good for someone else to know what you're going through. And it's a good thing to let someone else be aware of what's going on in your home. You don't have to tell all your business. I'm not advocating that. But I think it's wise to just let someone know if you don't hear from me, or you need to check on me, or if these things happen, there's cause for concern. So who are your closest friends? It could be a sibling, it could be a parent, it could be a neighbor. But I want you to understand this. They do not have a right to tell you what to do. They do have a right to support you in your um, circumstances. They're not gonna like it. Who enjoys hearing that someone they love is not being treated correctly? But you have enough pressure on you already. Walking on eggshells, trying to keep the peace in your home, and then going through all these different cycles. Because as you know, it's not always bad. That's the most confusing part of domestic abuse, is that when this person finally spout off and acted a fool and put you in danger and cause you harm, man, they end up being one of the most sweetest people. At least that's the way they appear to be, in order to gain your trust again. So the romance starts again, the flowers, the candies, taking you out, buying you outfits, whatever it is that makes you happy. All of a sudden, they seem to be doing those very things. As I said before, you start putting all those bad things behind you, and you say, well, they're really trying this time. I mean, he's crying. He is begging you, please, baby, don't do this. I'm sorry. I mean, it's hard to watch a man cry over you. I mean, cry like a baby. But what are those tears really all about? You know, sometimes women, we can shed tears to get our way, and it works the same way when it comes to abuse. Also, I'm going to give you this number right now, just in case you don't watch this whole video, but 1-800-799-7233 is the National Domestic Violence Hotline number. That number is a great resource for finding shelter, counseling groups, getting a safety plan, walking you through all the different emotions that you must be feeling. And so use that number, share it with someone else. Also, I do workshops and seminars on domestic abuse. My website is www.nurevelations.com. So basically, newrevelations.com. Abuse, again, is one of those hard to talk about subjects. Recently on Steve Harvey, he featured a couple who are actually living a life of abuse, and you can see it on my Facebook page under New Revelations, and decide for yourself. But as you listen to the story, you hear the cycles of abuse. He exploded. He beat her really bad. And now he is so sorry. There was a lot of things that happened to him in his life, and he just exploded on the one he loved. But he is now so remorseful, at least he seems to be. And if only this didn't happen, or he's really trying, and she is standing by her man because she's forgiven him. And forgiveness is necessary. But forgiveness does not mean that you continue to live in a relationship that is abusive. That's not what forgiveness is. But for many people, forgiveness have been misapplied that way. So no one can tell you how to live your relationship. Just know that there's people out there who have lived that life, know what it's like, that they're for you. And I hope this video gives you some encouragement to let you know you are not alone, sister. It is many, many, many women. 1 out of every 4. So that's 25% of women already know what these relationships are like. And if they're not living it, trust me, they've seen someone else who has. So again, I want you to have healthy, safe, loving relationships. Next time we talk, I'm going to show you this RAM meter. This is a meter that helps you determine how to pace a relationship. It's good for your young women, young men. It's good for friendships. But anyway, we'll talk about that the next time, so tune in. But again, I want you to have safe, healthy, loving relationship. Know the red flags if you're into a relationship, and then understand what your relationship is like if it's already abusive. Until the next time, God best to you. There's many people who love you, want the best for you, and just let people help where they can. Take care. Until the next time. Bye-bye.